Hello fellow kaiju fans, it is I, Godzilla Productions TV, and you're watching the GPTV show. Previously the Banyo Talk Show, before we bought them out after a terrible incident. Isn't that right-o, clone of me? Oh, you scamp. Anyway, we've got quite the interesting topic to celebrate during our first episode. This month marks the 50th anniversary of Return of Ultraman. Yeah, and I thought, since it's its 50th anniversary, what a better time to give the show some well-deserved praise. Well, with this 51 episodes, it's a little much to handle on my own. So I decided to bring on someone who's probably celebrating his 50th anniversary for his 50th anniversary, introducing ShinRobjira.
I'm 30.
Whoa there, Gramps. I need to take your meds.
What are you talking about?
Anyway, how's life over there at the senior citizens home?
I live in my own home, thank you very much. Did you just bring me on this show to make fun of me and call me old?
That does sound like a good idea, but I've really brought you on here for my Return of Ultraman review, which will hopefully convince you to watch the show.
I have watched it, though. Practically a year ago now.
You liar!
Jeez.
You haven't watched it, silly. Play the thing. You haven't watched Return of Ultraman, right?
I haven't watched Return of Ultraman.
Good, good. Now, but with a good show, you of course need some background information. The Ultra series was originally going to end with Ultra 7 back in 1968, but after the fans demanded it, AJ Tsuburaya began creating a new show. Unfortunately, he passed away in 1970 before he could finish. His son took over the show after its passing and made the series we all know and love today. The show follows Matt member Hideaki Go as he brutally murders monsters by transforming into Ultraman Jack. It truly was a Return of Ultraman, with it being loved by all, which encouraged the making of 3 more shows to follow, as well as several inspired by it. Return of Ultraman has several good episodes, so it'll be hard to choose which ones to go over, like episode 33, where a child is accused of being an alien after displaying inhuman abilities. He proves to Go that he's not, and Go begins to help the child. Nobody believes that the kid isn't an alien, and the townsfolk get in such an uproar that Matt won't take care of the alien that they go to kill him themselves. I'm gonna be honest, this was really the first time my heart actually dropped while watching Ultraman. It truly got me to feel worried about a character. Some other episodes are like this, yeah, and others... not so much. But I think the best way to show off this show's glory is to go through some of the episodes that really stood out to me.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Let's start with episode 8. You're in store with this one. It introduces a creative idea which leads to some unique moments, which naturally I really like. The episode opens with Matt, which is the name of the attack team in the show, being awoken early in the morning to a warning of a monster. After seeing it, they decide it's a weak monster, making fun of it, and in turn prompting them to try their new weapon, the X-Bomb on it. Go goes out to attack it, but the monster startles him, and he ends up hitting the timer instead of killing it right away.
That monster's roar sounds like a freshly mopped floor.
When Go gets back, Matt's confused and worried on why the bomb didn't go off, so they review the footage.
Which they somehow got? How did they even get that footage?
The M in Matt stands for magic. After Matt discovers Go's mistake, everyone calms down. They start tracking the monster and discover it's headed towards a dynamite factory. Yeah.
I still cannot get over this roar. It sounds like a freshly mopped floor at a bowling alley now. Yeah.
Not only that, but he can also sit in crisscross applesauce. I'm starting to think this monster's more powerful than they're letting on. Matt is naturally very stressed out by the situation, so they do some extensive and careful planning.
もう一度おびき出し作戦を検討してください。
Wow, look, Go's a good character. He actually has it.
ちょゴザラバカ
Excuse me, Jiro. You watch your mouth, buddy. Don't make me stupid kid you.
Not only does this monster's roar sound like a freshly mopped floor at a bowling alley, but now he has a pompadour. It's the most stylingest kaiju of all time.
Hey, Rob, I wonder what you'd look like with a pompadour.
That'd be something. Shame we'll never get to see it.
Go decides to get in a jeep and drive around the monster in an attempt for the monster to follow him. I don't know about that, Go. Might have to agree with Jiro here. As I guessed, it doesn't go as planned. Luckily, he's Ultraman, so he's fine. Man, he's really mopping the floor with him.
Ironic.
Now this is another thing I like about this episode. We get to see a peek into Ultraman's thoughts as he tries to figure out what to do with the monster. Because, you know, he can't just shoot a beam at it.
Dang, yo, he's spanning.
And the episode ends with Go shocking Matt that he's still alive, as usual.
I really enjoyed this episode. The unique idea of seeing this weak monster becoming this gigantic threat and then getting to see inside Ultraman's head at some point in the episode, it was all really, really cool. I just have this weird feeling that I've seen it all before.
I'm sure it's nothing. Anyway, this part of the show is really what got me hooked. They have lots of episodes like this, introducing a unique challenge for them to have to face, like a chameleon monster. But this isn't it. No. It gets even better from here, which leads us into our next two episodes, which is a two-parter spanning from episodes 16 to 17. This episode starts with a party on a boat, and as every good boat party should have, someone straps dynamite to it. You wonder if he got it from the dynamite factory in the last episode. Anyway, luckily for the people on it, a monster called Torchella,
You mean Big Bird?
Big Bird, flies overhead, knocking everyone off the boat before it explodes. Afterwards, while the police are on the scene, someone who looks like the guy who blew up the boat drives over.
Oh, he's not stopping!
Naturally, Matt is contacted. Go goes to talk to a girl who was on the boat. She talks about the monster and how the guy who tried to kill her was a childhood friend, and that his name is Matsumoto.
君は疲れてるんだよ。これから別荘行こう。なに、青い海と戯れてればスカッとした気分になるさ。
あの人 YM 工業名取息子よ
I do not like that guy, even if he is a higher up at Yo Mama Industries.
Go then has an interview with the guy who blew up the boat. It makes it very clear he doesn't like the girl from earlier, and for good reason too.
Oh yeah, that's a great reason. I don't blame him there.
After Go reveals to him that the girl is still alive, he breaks and reveals that it was really a monster who destroyed the boat. Afterwards, Go goes to the girl to have her help investigate the monster.
君はこのことについて1週間悩んだはずだ。どうする？
行くの。ゆっこさん。
This is a serious scene and all, but is nobody going to mention the packing foam falling from the sky? Oh, it's the mist from Godzilla's singular point!
大丈夫か？しっかりしろ！ユキコが海岸で目を痛めた。
And it ends up blinding her. Must have something to do with the packing foam snow.
Uh-oh. Looks like the monster's back again.
あれはなんだ？鳥だ！
What a way to go! Getting awkwardly ran into by Big Bird.
Speaking of going, Matsumoto escapes prison.
I was very ready for that to be a strange transition into something that Go was doing.
Alright, speaking of going again, Go goes to the hospital to see the girl from earlier, where she says something very questionable.
待ってゴーさん行かないでこの間ゴーさんが海に来てくれた時私はあなたを選びましたいつまでもそばにいてお願い
ユキコさんゴー隊員の態度どう思
どうって
う朝から晩までああやってイチャついてるんだあんた恋人なんだろしっかり捕まえといてくれよ
This show is just a romance drama at this point.
Would you look at that? The monster is back again.
Wow, look at that uninterested turkey.
And yet another plane awkwardly runs into him.
なぜならギャウってら
I don't know about any of y'all, but that looked like spooderweb. Not snow.
In that case, I wonder if there's any squealing Kamen Rider spiders in there.
これは雪なんかじゃない排気ガスと化合すると猛毒になるんだ
ゴーさんが知ったことじゃないでしょ
バカ
Oh man, his hand just stupid kidded her face.
And look! Her brother smiled too! What the hell?
After smelling the packing foam, Go realizes it's from a volcano and heads off. Once Go reaches the volcano, he finds the monster inside, so he alerts Matt. Matt arrives and attacks the monster. Man, that monster looks stoned out of its mind.
I mean, it is a bird. They are always high.
Anyway, Go gets knocked off the side of the volcano and decides to transform into Ultraman.
Everyone just keeps awkwardly running into this giant bird.
And to be continued. Might as well just jump right into the next episode and clump all our thoughts together at the end. Oh, hey Rob, what's the name of this episode again?
Oh, the episode? It's called the Great Tokyo Aerial Bombing. Yikes.
Oh! Well, the episode jumps us right back into the action from the last one. And look at that. Ultraman loses.
That is one tough stoned turkey.
Afterwards, Matt plans what to do about the Silver Castle, as they call it. And Matsumoto's still at it.
In fact, here he is with some bombs.
このダイナマイトのスイッチを入れれば病院ごと吹っ飛ぶぜ
Naturally, he kidnaps the girl and takes her to the Silver Castle, which also means Matt can no longer do anything about it. Oh, and also the monster shows up.
Uh-oh, here comes Dandruff Bird.
自衛隊機が攻撃を始めます
Wow, look at that. Another thing awkwardly runs into him. Matt attempts to lure Matsumoto out, but it doesn't work.
松本君危ないぞ危ないぞ
こんな脅しに乗るもんか
Instead, he and the girl have a nice talk.
サブちゃんは無実なのよ早く逃げましょう私が証言するわサブちゃんの無実を
信用できるもんか俺は信じねえ俺の信じられるものはこのダイナマイトだけだ
And then there's this scene.
サブちゃん覚えてる生ハゲ
Yeah, I don't know what that was either.
After some nice convincing, he decides to let the girl go. But she refuses to leave.
私もここにいるわ
Heartbreaking.
I've honestly forgotten this is an Ultraman show at this point. Matsumoto goes to turn himself in, but instead he gets shot at, waking up Big Bird Boy.
You woke up the dang birds, you ruffian son of a fiddle snatch!
Matsumoto uses his dynamite to try and kill it, but instead it just draws it near. Just in time, Go runs off to become Ultraman! Jack.
Bit of an anticlimactic defeat, huh?
ユキちゃん好きだよ
Oh, well, he's dead now. The end. I said it earlier and I'll say it again now. At times it doesn't even feel like I'm watching an Ultraman show. I mean, the human story would work perfectly fine as a romance drama on its own, as far as those go. But with the monster added in, it not only gives me an incentive to watch it, but it also gives it plenty of extra layers.
I'll be honest, the monster felt kind of tacked on, especially with all the personal drama that was going on. But after looking at the episodes as a whole, you really see how integral and important the monster was to the story.
I found myself really enjoying and being really invested in these episodes and all the times I've watched them. If this show has anything, it definitely has great rewatchability. Anyway, now on to our next and final episode that we'll be going over. It's the first episode in the show to introduce aliens, and it's in a pretty unique way. The episode opens with some kids walking in a mat, one of which is the captain's daughter, and the other is her friend. Oh, I should probably mention, halfway through the show they switch out the captains for some reason. I don't know.
娘が通ってる教会で友達になったんだそうだ。はあ。へえ、こんにちは。
The little kid looked at Go like, back off, tall boy. Oh, God!
No words can describe that, but the boy, or alien as he explains to be, tells Go his evil plan.
お前はウルトラマンとなり、この怪獣に勝つだろう。その時がお前の最後だ。私が宇宙人だとでも言うつもりかね。やめた方がいい。気違い扱いされるだけだ。黙れ!
Stupid kid!
You smacked his girlfriend and a random child. Go's really shaping up to be a great Ultraman.
Naturally, he gets sternly talked to by his captain.
人間ではありません。人間の姿を借りた宇宙人です。彼が自分の口からそう言ったのか。あの少年は口が聞けないんだぞ。ですからそれはテレパシーです。
Go, my guy, you're not doing yourself any favors.
Wow. Bluma appears.
That's how I look after my first cup of coffee of the day, all fidgety and weird, like that.
What the heck is that kid doing? Even if he is an alien.
Weird.
ウルトラマンになる前に貴様を殺してやる。
Jesus, Go. There's better ways you could do this.
やってきたまえ、隊長。
Oh yeah, he's definitely got a prejudice against a deaf mute child. Oh, he just can't stand when people can't hear or talk.
何をしてるのこんな夜中に。その機械は何なの？
What a nice kid. Oh look, Bluma's back.
Why is she calling his name if he's deaf?
Go becomes Ultraman, despite his warning from before.
一か八かだ。
The fight with Pluma is quick and easy. But uh-oh. The Ultra Bracelet won't come back, and it attacks.
He's got an AT field.
コントロールされている。
The situation is grim, but luckily, the captain remembers Go's words.
ウルトラマンがピンチに陥ったら、あの少年を捕まえてください。
Then he finds the kid and kills him!
ヘロー君、こんなとこで何をしてるんだ。
Am I allowed to show that? Might be a little too brutal. Susan might not like it.
What a lovely child.
bringing the bracelets back. See ya, Jack.
僕ならあの少年は遠い外国に行ったと言いますね。お嬢さんの心を傷つけないためにも。いや、やはり事実を話すつもりだ。
That'd be a pretty hard truth to tell. Can you imagine? Hey, remember your deaf-mute friend? Yeah, totally an alien. Super dead.
And that was episode 31. Definitely a very good episode that leads into some very unique circumstances that brings out the character in our characters.
Yeah, it was really interesting to have a situation where the alien was right in front of Ultraman the entire time, but he was just powerless to do anything because he's small boy.
These episodes are a great showcase for some of the great concepts the show introduces and follows through well with. There are plenty of episodes after this with iconic monsters and even more unique stories, but I don't really want to spoil them for you. I want you guys to go in fresh, who haven't seen the show yet like I did. Now, if I had to rate the show, I'd give it a good old 5 stars. A classic 10 out of 10. It truly is a fantastic show that introduces a lot of new and unique concepts and follows through with them. Really the best time I've had watching any show ever.
Oh, I think I just blacked out. Oh, man, I had this weird dream that you made me think that I didn't watch some Ultraman show or something.
Uh-oh. The hypnosis is wearing off.
What?
You like Return of Ultraman, right?
Rating The Return of Ultraman is not easy. It's like picking your favorite child, and you really shouldn't do that, but I'm gonna have to anyway, and personally, my rating is a 4.5 out of 5. It melds everything that I loved about the original Ultraman and Ultra 7 into this one fantastical piece of Toku media that just feels so perfectly whole. But it's not perfect, and it can weigh a tad dry on the whole Monster Go Smash aspect, with, albeit, some rather weak monster designs, especially in comparison to the original Ultraman and Ultra 7. But that honestly doesn't stop it from it being one of my major favorites of the series thus far. The greats outweigh the meh, very much so. So is this all you brought me on here to say?
Well, just watch the video when I upload it.
Alrighty then.
Do you have anything you'd like to plug before you go?
You should check out my YouTube channel, ShinRobjira, where I talk about figures, both new and old.
Well, Rob, it was nice having you on the show. See you later.
Bye!
Well, this was fun and all, but I think it's about time to end it. This has been Godzilla Productions TV, and I'm signing off. Who's that? Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. It's the real Ultraman Jack. Oh my god, this is unbelievable. How were we able to afford him? So how'd we afford him? Who'd we afford who? What do you mean who? I genuinely don't know. Oh, I don't know, maybe the real Ultraman Jack? What are you talking about? You know I wasn't able to contact Subaru about getting him on. I emailed them like 71 times with no response. Well, he's here, in the flesh, or like particles. Well, maybe he's not. What? What are you suggesting? He might not be the real thing. You think he's an imposter? Yes. Oh, I don't know.
Stupid kid, I'm gonna steal all your toys.
What? No. This can't be happening. This was such a special occasion. How did it go so wrong? Oh, I'm such a huge fan. Thank you for saving my life. That man returns at that. Happy 50th anniversary.